keeping with the ancient mystical race that wants to kill you theme from the Reapers Week, we're going to talk about the oldest of the old, the most mystical of the mystical, and the most wants to kill youist of the wants to kill you. Strap in friends, it's time to discuss the Leviathans. First off, they do look like Reapers, and this is because the Reapers were based off the Leviathans design, which ruled the galaxy long before, so more on this later. Okay, now that the elephant in the room has been addressed, let's delve a little bit deeper into biology. Let's start off with what separates them from the Reapers. The Leviathans are a highly advanced aquatic race, apparently capable of living in incredibly high pressure underwater environments. As for their similarities, the Leviathans bear a resemblance to the Earth native cuttlefish, bearing tentacle-like protrusions near the head and sides. They also feature multiple eyes and a thick carapace, which is essential for withstanding the high pressure of their native environments. Aside from that, the Leviathans employ the unique ability to tamper with the minds of lesser species. This can range from simple influencing of ideas to full-on mind control, depending on the species and the goal of the Leviathan in question. So looking into history, here's where the meat of the Leviathan story lies. Of course, every story of every species is based in history, but we thought that sounded dramatic. Anyway, very little is known officially about the Leviathan's history. They are after all the oldest known species, predating even the Protheans by hundreds of millions of years. Their initial foray into the galactic scene was facilitated by their ability to enthrall lesser species, resulting in a renaissance of sorts, where the Leviathans populated every part of the galaxy they could. Their widespread use of this ability led to, or perhaps was born of, the Leviathans' view that they were without a doubt the galaxy's apex race. Who says humans and Leviathans have nothing in common? With each world they found, the Leviathans exerted their will over the native races, effectively turning the thralls into servant forces that viewed their masters as benevolent gods, cave paintings and all. Aside from being willing servants, these races would pay tribute to the Leviathans, who returned the favour with protection and general care. Perhaps they were a bit too overprotective of their subjects. However, this nature sparked a series of events that would eventually lead to their downfall. As the Leviathans observed the lesser races, they noticed an unfortunate trend that seemed to surface with every civilization. Inevitably, research would begin into the field of artificial intelligence. This would lead to creating synthetic life, which almost invariably turned on its masters, ending many promising cultures prematurely. The Leviathans grew wary of this tendency and decided to do something about it. Their answer was, ironically, an artificial intelligence of their own. This entity was highly advanced, capable of incredibly complex thought and given one goal: the preservation of all life. Everything started off well enough, from a certain point of view anyway. The intelligence created its own synthetic beings to go out and collect data on the various species of the galaxy, the intent being to use this data to figure out a method of achieving its goal. However, once enough data was collected, or perhaps due to its understanding of the semantics of its goal, all the best downfalls of civilizations start with a grammar issue, and the intelligence turned on its creator. The intelligence's army of synthetic pawns began annihilating the Leviathans, not with the intent to extinguish them, but keeping with its original goal of preservation. The genetic material of the Leviathans was collected and reconstructed to create the first Reaper, known as Harbinger. In the eyes of the intelligence, its goal was still being fulfilled, as the Leviathan's genetic code of life was being preserved in this undying synthetic body. Harbinger was created in the image of the Leviathans and became the template for the rest of the Reapers that would eventually be created, at least when it comes to the design of the capital ship class Reapers. The Reapers, all under the control of the intelligence, carried on its orders in the same way, resulting in the countless cycles of destruction that the giant machines have wrought over the years since. The remaining Leviathans, barely a shadow of their former glory, went into hiding to focus on their own survival. Using various artifacts of their own creation, similar to Reaper artifacts that can indoctrinate those who come in contact with them, placed across the galaxy, they were able to monitor other races that came along, as well as exert their control over any who may come too close to discovering their location. These artifacts bear some similarities to the Prothean beacons, in that they are also used as communication devices that operate on a level beyond simply sight and sound, and may still function to this day, though there are much more well hidden due to the Leviathans' wishes to remain undiscovered. So many big words and anecdotes, but they can really all be summed up by one sentence. The Leviathans are scary and cranky. Leave them alone and you might not become a drooling zombie. Granted, there's never a guarantee that won't happen, but staying away from the Leviathans is a pretty good start. So let's have a look at a few fun facts. The Leviathans bear a resemblance not just in appearance but also their aquatic nature and telepathic abilities to writings of H.P. Lovecraft, particularly, if I can pronounce this correctly, the Call of Cthulhu. Honestly, that's about it. We couldn't find any more interesting enough facts to put in here, so we'll make one up. When asked politely, most Leviathans will insist their favourite food is mango salsa. There, that should do it. Feel free to make up your own Leviathan facts in the comments below. So that's the story of the Leviathans, moreover the Reapers. You may have cornered the market on deadly space squids, but nobody does deadly sea squids like the Leviathans. You know, except actual deadly sea squids, but they can't control your mind. Probably. So what do you think about the Leviathans? Let us know your thoughts and made up fun facts for the Leviathans in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to MassEffectFollower, and we hope to see you again on a future video. Goodbye.